Hey there, Seahawks, it's Miss Adams, and in this video we're going to go over combining random variables. Alright, so Pete charges $150 per passenger and Aaron charges $175 per passenger for a Jeep tour. Let P equal the amount of money that Pete collects and E the amount of money that Aaron collects on a randomly selected day. From our earlier work, we know that mu of P equals 562.50, and it is easy to show that mu of E equals 542.50. So where those values came from was by taking the mean that they give us under these probability distributions for Pete and multiplying it by 150, and the mean for Aaron, which is 3.10, and multiplying it by 175, which gives us a 542.50. All right, so I took that same question and I went ahead and found like mu of P and mu of E, which is just changing it into the money. So all I did, because I multiplied each value by 150 and 175, I multiplied the mean by 150 and 175. Because remember, in transforming random variables, multiplication changes the mean. It also changes the standard deviation, so I multiplied the standard deviations as well. Now, find the mean or the expected value of the sum of the random variables. So we're going to define S as P plus E. Calculate and interpret the mean of S. So the mean of them combined. All right, so mu of S would be the mean of P plus the mean of E, which is equal to 562.5 plus 542.5, which gives me 1,105. And what this would mean is we expect that the combined amount of money earned by Pete and Aaron to average about $1,105. That's how much money combined that they would collect on average in a day. All right, so combining variances and standard deviations, you always want to add the variances. And you can look at the formulas there. You can see that we're always adding because what we're going to end up doing is squaring them. Even if you're finding a difference, you're still adding. So we're finding the difference between the standard deviations for Pete and Aaron. We know that the mean difference, the difference between their means was $20. So we want to find the difference between their standard deviations. So I'm going to square the standard deviations to convert them into variances. Then I'm going to add them together, and then I'm going to square root them to change them back into standard deviations. Because remember that variance and standard deviation are linked. Okay, variance is just your standard deviation squared, and your standard deviation is just the square root of your variance. All right, so I am going to plug those values in that I had already found when I multiplied the standard deviations by 150 and 175. So I'm going to square them, add them, and square root them. So 163.455 squared plus 165.025 squared. Add those together, get the square root. We get about 232.27. Okay, and since I'm dealing with money, I went to 2 decimal places. So the difference between the income for Pete and Aaron typically varies by $232.27 from the mean. All right, go Seahawks.